Hello Internet and welcome back. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we are going to be adding some pizzazz to a pair of my old shorts in the form of a cute sunflower on the back. And this will also be like an embroidery basics video because I'm going to show you a couple different embroidery stitches along the way. So if you've never embroidered before, don't worry, you got this and you only need a couple of things. Embroidery thread, a hoop, a pair of scissors, and an embroidery needle. So I'm really excited to make this video because I love doing embroidery and I think it's a really underrated art form. And a lot of people think it's just for grandma, which is not true. And it's super easy. So this project is just a two-step process. Step one is to attach your embroidery hoop and sketch a design. So I am using a small plastic hoop for this project. I think they're stronger and more durable than the wooden ones, and it gives me more control when working. And then for your design, if you don't feel comfortable freehanding it, go ahead and get yourself a stencil. Step two is to just embroider. So when I do embroidery, I like to fill first and then outline. So I'm going to start with my petals. And for this, I'm going to be using the satin stitch, which I think is just the easiest stitch, and it's best for filling large spaces quickly. And so I'm gonna use this really nice bright gold, and then for the smaller petals that are just sticking through underneath, I'm gonna use kind of like a gold beigey color to add some contrast, and those would be the petals that are getting shadowed anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my satin stitch, and go ahead and follow along if you're doing this at home, or just enjoy, relax, and watch some art. In basic terms, a satin stitch is a series of flat stitches that are used to completely cover a section of your fabric. Alright, now I'm going to be going in with my gold beige color to do the petals that are underneath, just so there's a little bit of color contrast and it's not just a blob of yellow gold. So now it's time to move on to the center, where I'm going to be using two different shades of brown. One is just like a muddy cocoa brown color, the other one has more of that gold in it. For the center of the sunflower, I decided to use the split stitch, and this one's usually used for outlining, but I thought it would give the center a really good texture instead of just doing the satin stitch again. So it's really simple. You just start out by making one stitch, and then you'll have to have your needle and thread underneath your design. When you come back up, you're actually going to split the threads of the stitch you just made and pull through. Go back down and repeat the process. So you're splitting the threads each time you come up, and this just adds a little bit of texture than if you were just doing the regular back stitch that we'll be using later. Now the split stitch is a little more tedious and can be challenging at first, so if it's giving you a lot of trouble, just go ahead and use the satin stitch or the back stitch that we're about to learn. Alright, so now the center is all filled in, and you could stop here if you want to, but I like to add an outline to my designs just to give it an extra pop, because right now I think it looks too much like a sun. So I'm going to go ahead and use my back stitch to do the outline. It's really easy, so you just make one stitch, and then you are actually going to bring your needle up a space ahead of that stitch you just came, and then pull back and have it touch up with your first stitch, creating a longer line. Then you jump ahead again and pull back and go down up against that last stitch, and just keep repeating that process so you'll have a nice solid line. If you ignore my shaky hand, you can kind of see me doing this in the video. My camera rig is not that great right now, so it's hard to show you how I would like, but someday I will have a better camera setup and be able to get those nice close-ups for you. Once you are done outlining, your project is complete. I went ahead and removed my embroidery hoop. There will be a little bit of a ring left behind where it wrinkles, but you can iron this out or just wear the shorts and that ring will go away. And I actually had quite a bit of leftover embroidery thread, so I actually just added a little bit of a design going down the seam of the front of my shorts. I just did the satin stitch all the way down, and I think this turned out really cute, and I might want to do this to some of my other shorts with more fun colors, but I just used the leftover colors from this sunflower. And so I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something new. If you liked it, please subscribe down below, give this video a like, and leave me a comment about other how-to videos you'd like to see. I would really like to create things that you would like to watch. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.